Hi there, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my channel and welcome here for this video on how to recover from a burnout. A burnout is a state of exhaustion in which our performance decreases and we feel frustrated or distanced from our job. It's not classified as a disease, but rather as a state of risk that can contribute to developing diseases, physical and psychological ones. The symptoms of a burnout can be of very different types. Some examples are a heightened irritability, chronic exhaustion, a decrease in the quality of sleep, not being able to recover as quickly or to unwind after work, flattened emotions, a lack of compassion and isolating oneself from one's friends, a lack of concentration. It's something that develops over weeks and months of chronic stress and overload. And it's something that doesn't only happen to people who are overly enthusiastic or overcommitted, but it can happen to anyone in any job. It's a giving too much for too long without sufficiently refilling our batteries. And many different factors can play a role in developing a burnout. It can be characteristics of our work environment or characteristics of our own person, and usually a couple of them are at play. And if you want to recover from a burnout or protect yourself against it, it's important to identify and understand all the different factors that contributed to the burnout. And this can be quite difficult or challenging to really identify everything that's going on. And that's why my first recommendation for recovering from a burnout is to get help. A medical professional can diagnose you and make sure that what you're going through is actually a burnout. Sometimes a burnout can resemble other syndromes or diseases, and it's really important if you're trying to recover from a burnout to make sure that it's actually a burnout. Because if it would be something else, you would need a different kind of treatment. For example, a depression can sometimes look like a burnout, and the things that we do to treat a burnout can actually make a depression worse, like taking a break from work and sleeping in. Or physical things can also cause this state of exhaustion. Maybe you have iron deficiency or any other thing. So it's really important to make sure that you seek out a medical professional who can help you properly diagnose what you're going through. Recommendation number 2, do something about your job. In the newest World Health Organization definition of burnout, it's characterized as a state that is definitely connected to our job. So look at your job and find out what needs to change. Who do you need to talk to make that change happen? Or do you need to make an even bigger change? What state are you in when you're at work? And how can you turn that into a healthier psychological state when you're at work, wherever that may be? Recommendation number 3, increase the rewards and an awareness of the rewards of your job. One theory that's being discussed in connection to causes of burnout is that burnout comes about when we are in imbalance between the effort we're investing and the reward that we're getting from our job. And these rewards can be many different things, ranging from feeling how you've made an impact, seeing how you've helped someone, your wage, your free time, and any other characteristics of your job. And here it's important to see what we can do to balance that as much as possible, to have the conversations that are necessary. And it may take several steps and some time, but it's really worth being aware of this balance and doing everything we can to keep it in balance. And if we can't do anything, to find another solution, because it's really unhealthy to remain in a state of imbalance for a long period of time. Also, what you can do is to increase your awareness of the rewards that are already there, because for rewards to function, they don't only have to be there, you also have to be aware of them and recognize them, to celebrate victories, to celebrate successes, and whenever you've really made an impact by your work. Maybe you'd also like to check out my video on how we can contribute to our job happiness. I'll link it up here. Recommendation number 4, accept your limits. We all, including you, have limits of how much we can perform or produce and be active. This is just a fact of life. It's about being human, that our bodies can only be active for a certain amount of time before they need to rest and restore energy. And accepting this limit doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means you're going to be healthier. It's not going to make you less worthy, just happier. And it's not about artificially resting for 5 minutes because that's what everybody else is doing who's around you, but to really understanding your own limits and then to do the things that your mind and body need to be healthy and functioning over a long period of time. Recommendation number 5, communicate your limits. Once you've discovered where your limits and boundaries are, communicate them. Learn to say no when your capacity is full. And remember that setting boundaries is not about being harsh to others. Rather, it's about protecting something that is important to you. You can say no from a place of love, and you can say yes from a place of dread. So it's really not about always saying yes and never saying no, but it's about engaging in those things that are important to you. Number 6, listen to your needs. A big part of why a burnout can manifest in the first place is that someone stopped listening to their needs, or maybe never learned to do so in the first place. So learn to listen to the needs of your mind and body and make sure that they get enough of the elemental things of life like sleep, nourishing food, exercise, relaxation, socialization, and time to do nothing or just stare at nature or whatever makes you feel peaceful and calm. Number 7, learn to take breaks. Breaks are probably one of the most important undervalued things in life. Maybe you've also experienced how much a break has done for you and how surprised you were. We need to become more aware of the benefits of taking a break and allow ourselves the breaks that we need. In between work, in between days, in between weeks, and on longer vacations. And also make sure to create times when you completely unplug, when you're not available for anything that has to do with work and only for true emergencies and for being there for your family. No checking of emails, no texts, and no answering the phone. Number 8, find out why you're pushing yourself so hard. There's a reason why we push ourselves beyond our limits. Usually it's because we try to avoid something bad from happening. Find out why you are pushing yourself so hard. Do you want to avoid losing the approval of someone? Do you want to avoid not reaching a goal you'd like to achieve? And then realize that this may not be worth it. If you're going to lose your health or your friends because you're not spending any time with them anymore, is it really worth it? Is it really worth to have this approval or goal and then sacrifice your well-being, health, and friends? Come to learn that you cannot solve everything by trying hard and harder and harder. Learn to be active within the boundaries of what is possible, with you staying healthy at the same time. So please take good care of your mind and body. And if you're new here, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.